the decision step. Decision step is basically, you want to, in journalism, so why is it important to find out who is the decision maker before you go to the presentation? It's obvious. So I know some salespeople who do not find out who the decision maker, and as a result, they work hard, they submit proposals, they go follow up, they do the presentation, and now towards the end of the presentation, they tell you, okay, great, I need to go and talk with my wife about it, or I need to go talk with my partners or with the board of directors, right? And now they are going to go and sell you to their partners. You can barely even sell yourself. So now you're going to have someone else to sell you to their partner. You understand? That's why it's very, very, very bad not to have the decision maker involved in the conversation. For the most part, you can do this. In very small or little occasions that you can't, I understand, we can work around it. For example, when I was in the car business, we used to do what you call it, we call it the hidden auction. Basically, you just put a bid, and then you put it, and then they collect the bids, and then they will see who's the highest bid, and then they call us, they tell us, oh, you won this car. Okay, there's nothing I can do about it. This is how much I'm willing to invest, and now the decision is up to them. So there's certain situations like that, the only thing you can do is build rapport with the people who are involved in the process. And that's what I did afterwards. And now that I was able to ask them, hey, how much do you think I should invest in this car in order to me to get it? And they start giving me a rough estimate, right? But for the most part, you're able to find out who the decision maker. That's why it's so important to find the decision maker. You don't want to do your presentation and then find out that they're not the decision maker, or they need to go talk to someone else. So for that purpose, in the decision step, what you're going to do is you are going to ask the 5 W and an H. They teach this in journalism, okay? So we're gonna do this, 5 W and H, which, so yell them out. What do you think the 5 W's are?
Who, where, when, why.
Who?
Who, where, when, why, and how.
Watch the
Okay.
Who, why, where, when,
Oh, whom?
and whom? Who? Is that whom? No, we said whom.
What?
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 Thank you. Thank you. All right. So what happened just right now?
Okay, not okay.
That's right. Okay. All right. Good job. So who, where, why, what, and then you go into the how.
Told you how.
Okay. The how. So
It's 5 W and H. So
yep.
no other.
Who, where, why, when, what, and how. 5 W's and an H. Okay. So 5 W's and an H. Okay. So basically, you want to ask who. When you ask who, you don't ask who is the decision maker. Why? Because you risk making that person feel not okay. If let's say you're talking to Hussein, and Hussein, you tell him who's the decision maker, what is he gonna say?
I am the decision.
I am the decision maker. Of course. Why you ask? Right? You don't want to do that. It's like
Not only that, Mr. Khaled, you might make also the other people sitting in the room not comfortable.
Exactly. So you want to ask who besides you make decisions on this project like that. So regardless if it's a secretary or the business owner, you want to ask the same question. Who besides you make decisions on this project? So if it's a secretary, the secretary is obviously, she's not going to be the ultimate decision maker, but don't you think the business owner will consult with the secretary? Don't you think, they don't talk? They talk. So who besides you make decisions, and now you're respecting that person, even if they're not the ultimate decision maker, you're respecting them. They feel okay, they feel good that they are part of the decision maker. Oh, I'm the part of the decision maker. Who besides me? Well, you know, Mr. So-and-so is a decision maker. Okay, great, awesome. Or they can say my wife, or they can say my partners, or they can say the board of directors. Okay, whatever that is, right? Good. If they say I'm the decision maker, you say, yeah, I mean, oh, that's great. But you know, you don't have like someone else you talk to as well. Like, you know, you talk to a spouse, or you talk to anyone else, or that's completely you. Well, of course I'm gonna talk with my wife. It was like, oh, okay, that's what I thought. You're a smart man. Okay. So now, who besides you make decisions? Number one. Number two, where is the decision made? Is it in the main office? Is it in the local office? Is it in the head office? Where is it made? Okay. Why the decision is made this way? Okay. When is it usually made? Is it towards the end of the year? That's when the budget of the company is like, they talk about the budget, or is it the beginning of the year? That's when they start looking at new programs or new investments. Okay. And what is the decision process? The process. So the what is a process? And this is very important. So you say, you know, here's a question you ask. So in the past, Wissam, when you went through projects like this, what was the decision process like? Well, we take the proposal, we agree on the price, and we submit it to the board, and then the board will come to us with, you know, a yes or no. Now I understand the process. Or, you know, if I like the price and I like, you know, the products, then I will, you know, talk to my wife about it, and then we will decide that this will be the right panel for us for the home automation. Okay, great. So now you know the process. So you need to find out, why do you think it's important to understand why the decision process, how is it made? Why?
You can know when the deal will be closed. At least you'll get to know how to follow up and
exactly
manage your time, and you can manage your time.
To the closest step.
Exactly. Absolutely. Good job. So this is why it's so important. Now, in the advanced training, you learn about what we call it the decision strategy. Okay? The decision strategy. Basically, some people are visual, some people are auditory, and some people are kinesthetic. They have to do it themselves. So you can look at their eyes. If their eyes are going up, that means they're visual people. If their eyes are going the sideways, they're more auditory. If their eyes going down, they're more kinesthetic, more feelings. And when you ask them, what is a decision like, what you done this in the past, they tell you, well, first I gotta see it. And if it looks good, then I will go talk to my wife about it. And then, you know, based on that, we will go ahead and, you know, make a decision. So now they're visual, auditory, kinesthetic. But this is advanced stuff. Don't worry about it. But right now, I just want you to learn how to use, you know, these questions, the 5 W and H. Who besides you make decisions? What is the decision process like when you bought something like that in the past? All right. And even if not, if they said, well, I never done this in the past, it's my first time, let's say home automation, it's my first time I do this. Okay, great. Now, when you bought the house, what was the decision process like? Because the house is a big decision, and the home automation, it will be probably a big decision as well. Or it could be like the tiles, for example, in the house, or the furniture, buying the furniture. When you bought this is nice furniture you have. What did you go? What did you have? What is the decision process was like, or how did you go by buying this? How did you go by buying this? Oh, you know, we were in the store, my wife and I, we looked at it. It was nice. We needed a furniture, so we went talk to the owner, and then we did a quote, and then we ended up buying it. Okay, good. So now we know that the wife has to be involved. Now we know that they have to get a quote, and now we know that they had to go and talk to the salesperson. So the 3-step process. That's why you ask, what is the decision process like, or how did you go by buying or investing in something like similar in the past? Simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Take a deep breath. Everybody breathe in. Take a deep breath in. Back, you're back straight. Everybody, you're back straight. Okay, take a deep breath in and then breathe out. All right. So right now, this will be the decision process. Let me see how we're doing on time and how are you feeling. You guys want to take a short break?